Recording.
All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. It is time to go viral on TikTok, and we have an amazing speaker lined up. But before we get started, we ask that, as usual, you let us know who you are, put your name in the chat, your school name, grade level in the chat. We know we have some friends and partners from the community who are on with us. Please, in addition to that, add your organization, your name, drop that in the chat. We want to know who's here, who's watching with us, who's learning with us. This is truly a learning opportunity today, and a learning opportunity that I myself and so many other peers we're just grasping it. We're trying to understand this machine that is TikTok. So put that in the chat, please. We want to know who's here with us. And again, we thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. All right, I see the chat is blowing up. That looks great. So let's talk about who we have with us today. We have a dynamic speaker with us today who's going to teach us how to go viral on TikTok, featuring, this is GetSchooled, so I'll talk about that in a second. But this is something that everyone's been looking towards, everyone's trying to dig at, and he's just gonna share his experience, his tools, his tricks, his tips with us today. So Don Hoang is with us today, and he is the Assistant Manager of Marketing and Communication for GetSchooled. He oversees their social media channels with a focus on, you guessed it, TikTok. He is a first-generation college student and has been incredibly successful on TikTok. And we were just talking about that before we started this live. We're super duper excited to have him on with us today. We want to pick his brain. We want to learn as much as possible from him. So without any further ado, let me just say this. Make sure that you're using the Q&A feature. If you have any questions, please use that Q&A feature. We'll take close looks at those. But sit back, relax, grab your notepads. It's time to hear from Don. Don, thank you so much for joining us. We greatly appreciate having you. And officially, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. And thank you, Colleen, reaching out. She was there at my original NCAN presentation and has stayed connected with me ever since then. And I've been looking forward to this. Give me 1 second as I share my screen.
And Don, as soon as everything's up, I'll just give you a thumbs up to let you know that we see it, that we see your screen.
Perfect. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's get started. What's spicier than wasabi? Going viral on TikTok. Going viral on TikTok gives you this type of energy that you can't really explain. It's just like going viral on any other social media platform, but with TikTok, anyone can go viral, which is great. And before I get started on the entire presentation, we're going to start off with GetSchooled's most popular TikTok. And it's going to be a really short one, but I want you guys to kind of get a few numbers in your head and try to guess how many views and likes and types of engagement it got. But here we go. Let me know if you guys can hear this. If not, it's not too important. The audio is just one of the trending audios at the time. But here, let's play it. All right, that was really quick, really short, but this video was our very first viral video for GetSchooled. And this got over 500,000 views and over 21 engagement. And if you guys are wondering what engagement counts as, it counts as likes, shares, comments. I think those are the three main ones that you really keep track of. And then more recently, TikTok has started tracking how many people have saved it. So the engagement for this one might actually be a little higher than it is now because previously they weren't tracking that. So that video was probably our best one that we've had. We've had other ones that have gotten pretty close or have gone I'd say mini viral, which is 50 to 100K views. But each of these do really well. And the key to them is that they're all very short is very quick. You use trending audio, so many little things, but I'll get more into that in a second. Before I get started, I'm Don. I'm actually from Seattle, Washington. I went to the University of Washington, graduated with a degree in communications. And now, as Tron mentioned earlier, I'm the assistant marketing and communications manager at GetSchooled. I mostly take care of TikTok, but you can also see me on Instagram Reels if you guys follow us on Instagram. And then I also help out with Twitter and Facebook from time to time, but not much people use Facebook anymore. Hobbies, I love anything sports related. I love doing anything photography or videography. Those are the main things that I really like doing. I love doing anything creative. And then in my free time, I like to play games. And right there, that's my dog. If that was a year ago when he was a puppy. He's over here somewhere sleeping, but if he wakes up, he might start making some noise. So I apologize for that. And GetSchooled. I work at GetSchooled. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of it. I know Colleen mentioned to me that a lot of the people, the students here also use GetSchooled. But if you guys do not know about it, GetSchooled is a free online resource that is geared towards early college students, end of high school students, and especially towards students of color and first generation students like myself. And our goal is to help young people get to college, find their first job, and succeed in both. So if you guys are looking for free resources on GetSchooled, we have a ton. We have free resume reviews, free college essay reviews. We have a list of scholarships on there. It's all free. You guys don't have to pay for anything. You don't even have to create an account unless you want to. And this is just a little baseline. This was 2021 stats for TikTok. This is just something to give you guys a little idea of how much we were able to grow in 2021 and how much we're trying to grow in 2022 and going forward. But in 2021, we created 281 total TikToks. And just keep in mind that this was the first year that we actually took TikTok more seriously. I didn't actually get started working with TikTok full-time for GetSchooled until about March of 2021, which is why there's that number of 281 videos that were created. The goal is to at least post once a day, especially for TikTok. Total amount of TikTok views in 2021 was 1.7 million. And as you guys saw earlier, that one video by itself got a third of those views, 500,000. And I can't remember how much we currently have in 2022, but I think we are well over 300,000 already. And then followers gained on TikTok in 2021 was around 10,000. We actually hit 10,000 right before the new year, which was great because we got to celebrate the new year as well as hitting 10K on TikTok. And then total engagement, again, this number might be a little different now that TikTok is tracking the amount of saves on each post, but we had over 120,000. It might be a lot higher than that, but I do not have the exact number. All right. So the beauty of TikTok. TikTok is a great platform. I'd say that right now it's one of my favorites. And in terms of organic growth, it is the friendliest platform out there. For new users, like TikTok, as you guys know, will push you out to random people. People who don't follow you will see your content, which is why it's so great for that organic growth. And then once you get those followers built up, you get pushed out to more people and it'll just keep going and going until you get big and you can go viral like we did. It's also the fastest growing social media platform. It started off with a ton of students, teenagers, younger adults using it, but now I see all types of people on TikTok. I think what I always tell my coworkers that don't really understand TikTok as well is that TikTok is kind of like this baby YouTube, right? It's starting off and it's so young that any type of content that goes on there can do really well. And you can find almost any type of content on there. You can find cooking content, anything related to like financial advice, stocks, crypto. You can find dog videos, you can find whatever. It's so easy to get posts on there and to go viral. And I think the main thing about TikTok that makes it what it is the algorithm. There hasn't been a social media platform, not Twitter, not Instagram, not Facebook, that has allowed for you to get pushed out to random people as much as TikTok does, right? As you guys know, there's two sides of TikTok. When you open it up, there's the For You page as well as your following page. And the For You page is pretty much people that you don't follow most of the time. And this is where you can really get discovered and where your post can go and continue to get pushed out to more people. And the main criteria for the algorithm, this changes from time to time. When I made this original slide deck, watch time was the #1 thing, which is why it's the first thing. But watch time, replays, engagement, subject matter, trending audio, and then filters have become more popular, as well as kind of those effects, right? Like if you see these two posts on the side, they're like colorful, and those are like some of the effects that I use sometimes, and those play into it as well. But right now, if you are trying to grow your TikTok, my advice is to seriously look at how many times people watch your videos. So if they replay it, that's the #1 thing that the TikTok algorithm is pushing for right now, as well as watch time. So what I'd say is you want to get something that is short and someone can watch it really fast and then replay it over. Second tip is to pick a niche, pick a topic and stay within that topic, right? What happens with TikTok is that once you post a couple times, your first couple posts, they really look at what type of content that you're posting, and they'll kind of put you in this niche. And depending on who also engages with it, they'll also push you out more to that type of people. So for example, if I'm looking at a lot of education related posts on TikTok, you're going to start seeing a lot more of that. And then if I'm posting that type of content, I'm going to get pushed out to more people who are also watching that content. This third point right here, take advantage of watch time, use short audio, lots of text, and just post. This is what I did in 2021 a lot to just kind of figure out and take advantage of the TikTok algorithm. As you guys see in these two posts to the right here, it's a lot of text, right? Like it's gonna take you 4 to 5 seconds to read through all of this. And what you wanna do is you wanna make a short video, grab a trending audio that's around 4 to 5 seconds, and then have that video loop as many times as you can before you can finish reading the whole thing. So seriously, overload the screen with a ton of text and just have the video really short so that it has to loop. I think these two videos actually, if you can see at the bottom, it says about 9 seconds for the total video. And this was back then. I think attention spans are getting shorter and shorter on TikTok. So now, back then when I was creating it, around 7 to 11 seconds was the sweet spot for how long you'd want the TikTok to be. But now it's kind of around 4 to 6 seconds, which is getting shorter. And I hope it doesn't get any shorter, because putting out content in 2 seconds is going to be really hard. And then last one, stay on top of trends, meet the students where they are, and seriously have fun with this. There's so many different types of trends on TikTok. Trends are always changing. Social media is consistently changing, and the best way to stay on top of it is just use it a lot. I dedicate like 30 minutes of my work day, right, doing research, which is just me scrolling on TikTok, saving different audios, saving different effects, and just trying to think of content that I can put out for GetSchooled. But it's also kind of fun because I'm actually just sitting there looking at TikTok for 30 minutes out of my workday. And then here's some more example videos. These ones, as I mentioned, might be a little outdated in terms of how long they are, because these were created last year, but it gives the general gist of the type of videos that we want to create. And just a disclaimer, there's no one way to do TikTok. This is how I've learned to do TikTok and grow for GetSchooled. But there's so many different ways that you can do it. And I can share some of the new examples that I've been testing out, as well as new strategies that I've been trying to implement in 2022. But here's one of our videos, the first one, this one had 25,000 views and over 3,000 engagement. Really short. Let's play it right here. There you go. It was really short, and I'm in this video, but I've had a lot of people reach out to me and be like, oh, like I don't want to be on camera. That's totally fine. You don't even have to be on camera for these type of things. But what I've noticed is that when you are on camera, people engage with it a little bit more. People think it's more personable. They can relate to it a little more. They can see a face behind it, and it just feels a little more like a connection between you and whoever's on the screen. So if you guys don't like being on camera, totally fine. But my tip is to be on camera. Don't be shy. After you get used to creating content for a little while, you're just like, okay, it doesn't really matter if I'm on camera or not. And you're not really going to get embarrassed by it. And then here's the second one. This one is what we do for scholarships. We post scholarships all the time. Students are always looking for scholarships, and it's really easy to engage. Let's play it real quick and I'll explain a little bit more about it. All right, another really quick one. And I think the cool thing about this one was that the audio sounded really similar. And on this, it doesn't, excuse me. On this one, it doesn't repeat like loop consistently, but when you're watching it on TikTok, it's gonna keep looping and you actually won't be able to tell when the video ended and when it restarted, right? And that's exactly what you want. You want something that can loop seamlessly so that people are like, oh, dang, I didn't even know it looped. But then at the same time, it has a lot of very good content on it that you can take advantage of. Scholarships, everyone's always looking for it. And what's even better is if you have a post like this one, like at the very bottom, it says, ever had a weird dream? Tell it in 250 words or less, right? This is a really easy way to get students or just people to engage in your content in general, right? Leave a little question at the bottom or something that they can answer in the comments, because that's one form of engagement. And the more types of engagement you have, the more you get pushed out to the algorithm. All right. So the For You page, I mentioned it earlier, the algorithm really tailors the For You page to content that you engage with. So the For You page is for what you view. And what I recommend is that if you are on TikTok and you're working, for example, I work for GetSchooled. I have a phone that's dedicated to the GetSchooled TikTok. This is a work phone that I use mostly just for TikTok. And what I'd say is that when you are on your For You page, try to engage in more content that's very similar to what you're trying to push out, okay? So GetSchooled does a lot of educational content. That's the exact same type of content that I want to engage with, so that my For You page will show a ton of educational content and I can get more ideas of how to make TikToks, as well as what other people are doing that's successful in this niche, and how to take advantage of all of these little things. But that is not to say that like you only have to engage in that type of stuff. There's a ton of different trends out there on TikTok. So just use it, have fun with it. But don't be one of those people that just sit on TikTok for like 2 hours and don't do anything. Go out there and create your own content. And it doesn't matter if the content's like really good or really simple. Most of the content that I post for GetSchooled is really simple, and as you guys have seen already, and they do really well. This next point, delayed explosion. This is actually a really cool thing for TikTok. I know if you guys have used TikTok, you guys have probably seen posts that come up from like 2 months ago. And this is delayed explosion. Old videos have a chance to resurface and go viral. So even if you have a post that you don't like if you don't look good in it, it didn't perform good originally, just leave it on your page. Don't delete it, don't archive it, don't do anything to it, just leave it there. And every once in a while, TikTok is gonna try and grab one of your old videos and push it out to more people to see if it'll get more engagement. And if it does, it's gonna keep getting pushed out to more and more people. I didn't put it in this particular slide deck, but how the algorithm works is that when you first post content, it gets pushed out to about 200 to 500 people. And normally it gets pushed out to a small portion of your followers first, and then they get pushed out to the For You page, which is other people's followers, or just random people in general. But this is the first tier, right? There's multiple tiers, and the first tier is this 200 to 500 views range that you want to be able to get past. And if people engage and rewatch these videos in the first 200 to 500 views, then it's going to get into tier 2, which is about 2 to 10,000 people, I think. And it keeps getting pushed out more and more depending on how many people engage. So I think right now for GetSchooled, we are really stuck in this 2 to 10,000 range. But as you continue to grow, you can keep getting higher and higher, and it'll go all the way up until, over 500,000. And then once you get into the millions, you're pretty much set. You'll get a lot of followers from that. But we haven't been able to get there yet. And then this last point, it's a new place of learning. As I mentioned earlier, I think of TikTok as a baby YouTube. There's so much different type of content on there. There's so many different ways to go viral. There's so many ways that you can make videos that people will enjoy. And for us, short content has been doing really well. And I think that if you're looking for growth, fast growth, then short form content, this 4 to 6 second range of content is the easiest way to grow. But if you are the type of person who wants to put out very polished work, a 30 to 1 minute video or even a 3-minute video on TikTok, you can do that. People have gotten successful on that, and there's so many different ways to do TikTok. This is just the way that I've found it to work for myself, and I just want to share with you guys. And you guys can take these and implement it, as well as just any of your other ideas. And then here's some more. This one right here, this first one, best student discounts. This one is actually a longer one where I'm talking to the camera. And what I'd say is, if you are talking to the camera, or if you're doing anything that's a longer form video, you want to make sure that you have a script written out and something that is very, very interesting and compelling to watch, right? If you don't get their attention in the first, 3 to 4 seconds, they're probably going to keep scrolling. So seriously, try to write out a script, use as many hooks and taglines as you can in the first 1 to 2 seconds, and use text on screen to try to capture their attention, and then provide them with meaningful content and information that will make them stay. But yeah, let's watch this one.
Let's talk about some student discounts I wish I knew about when I was in college. Starting with Amazon Prime Student. You get your first 6 months free, and then after that, you get half price. On top of free shipping and better Prime deals in general, you also get access to Amazon Prime Video and all of the movies and shows on there. If you don't like it after your first 6 months, just get rid of it. If you like to watch movies, always bring your student ID to the movie theater. Most of them offer student discounts, but it varies from theater to theater, so just be sure to check. And finally, one of my favorites, Spotify Premium Student with Hulu and Showtime. You get the first month free, and then after that, it's only $5 a month. Take advantage if you're a student and like for part 2.
All right, so that was the video. It was not too long still, but in terms of TikTok, it was pretty long, right? And I'd say what I usually do for this is that I have a lot of cuts, right? Like I'll say one sentence and I'll finish it there, and then I'll cut it and have another recording of me talking again. What that does, it kind of makes it feel like it's a faster video, right? Those little cuts make it feel like, oh, like he's transitioning to something else, or it's moving on. And I'd say, like, if you are doing a longer form video, try to have these cuts more often, change the background, just do anything that makes it feel like it's moving faster than it actually is. There's a whole science to it. I actually have another person on my team who really helps me out with this type of stuff. He's been doing video for a long time. So he knows how to try to get their attention. And this is what I've seen work on TikTok as well. And then this next video, also one that went mini viral, 50,000 views. This one's a lot shorter, but here we go.
best, but I already know what I can best. So I only wanna come over, put it on them. I got that whoa, na na na.
Let's talk about some student discounts.
But I already know what
Okay, and that video is one of the dancing trends at the time. Don't be shy to try to dance. Like, if you can't dance, that's okay, but just go out there and try to dance. Have fun with it. Like, TikTok is a platform to have fun. Just be as creative as you can. Don't be shy. You never know what's gonna work and what won't. So just literally just throw anything at the wall and see what sticks. And then here's some tips. I think in the last video, I don't know if you guys, let's see, let me go back. Let me just pause it right there. This is one of the tips that's going to be on the next slide, but you see that link in bio. This is something that I absolutely love, and it's one of the important things that I would recommend that you guys do for your own account, which is to get yourself a link tree, or I forget what else it's called. We use Linktree, but there's other ones like link in bio, things like that. But seriously, try to get one of those. This is the last point on this list, but Linktree is really important. It's how you branch out to your website, how you branch out to your Instagram, YouTube, and everything else, right? As I mentioned earlier, TikTok is the best platform for organic growth. So that organic growth is really fast. And if you have a link tree, you can push out to all your other things. This is what we do a lot. And Linktree keeps track of all the analytics. And each month, TikTok is definitely our #1 in terms of clicks. And a lot of people are clinging to our Linktree, and they then go to all of these other links that we have in there. Most of them actually go to our scholarship lists because we also post a lot of scholarships on TikTok. But starting off from the top of the list, use hooks and address an audience or niche. This is something that I always talk about. Be within your niche, try to stay within it as much as you can. But that doesn't mean you can't branch out, right? There's always trends going on. So if you can add some things that are more fun, some things that are a little more relatable to students, that's an easy way to get engagement and get more people onto your page, right? What I've seen a lot of people do recently, and what I've even started doing, is just fun, like, would you rather post on TikTok, right? Like, would you rather do this or this? This isn't something that's specifically within my niche, but it gets engagement onto my post. And if I could try to make it more education related would you rather questions, then that's what I'm doing. But I think would you rathers are a really great way to get engagement, because people have to read through the entire post as well as answer it in the comments. And that's hitting on 2 of the 3 engagement things that you really want. Post 2 to 3 times a day for growth. If you are looking for serious growth, post as many times a day as you want. The more content that you're getting out there, the more people it's reaching, the more people that you can get to follow you, and the more you can grow, right? Each post gets pushed out to different types of people. So if you're posting, say, 3 times a day, and each of them are getting 1,000 views each, those are going to be probably 3,000 different people, right? So I say post as many times as you can a day. I tried this out once in 2021, and that was the biggest growth that I had in 1 week, which was 2,000 people who followed us in 1 week. And I've been trying to do that as much as I can now. It's pretty hard. There's a lot of content that you have to create and think about. But what I really suggest that you guys do is build out a content calendar. I'm sure a lot of you guys already have this, but build out a content calendar and try to schedule all your posts as often as you can, and get help from other people. I think my team is a big help for me. I don't create all of the content by myself. A lot of people on my team actually create that content, and then I just take that content and translate it into a TikTok or something fun that students can easily digest. Next point is have evergreen content that's easily digestible. Evergreen content is things that you can consistently go back to and post any time of the year, right? Scholarships for us always works really well because students are always looking for scholarships. But the example I mentioned earlier, like a would you rather question, like these are things that you can bring back multiple times. And then this kind of coincides with the next point, but bring back old TikToks. TikTok is very linear. I think every social media platform is very linear where you see the post once, you probably won't see it again. So if 2 weeks from now, you want to bring back one of your old TikToks that did pretty well, just try it out. There's TikToks that I've posted in 2021 that I've tried bringing back in 2022. Some of them do well, some of them don't. It's all very random, but I'd say like, if you have it, bring it back, but reformat it, right? Don't do it. Don't just take the old video back then and bring it back and post it again. Take the ideas from that video and bring it to the trends that are currently happening right now, and then post it with these trends, right? For example, there's a lot of scholarship posts that we post, but what I did recently was, if you're on TikTok, there was a effect where you are a bumblebee, and that was blowing up a while back, a couple of weeks ago, and I took one of my old ideas, scholarships, and I put it on top of that trend, and it actually did pretty well. And take advantage of all those effects and everything. Those are always fun. It makes it a lot more fun and it's easy. Use contests to grow your audience. Contests are always a great way to grow any social media platform. You might have to put a good incentive behind it, but I think on TikTok, it's pretty easy. Like students will do anything to get a little bit of money or a gift card or something. Just have them follow you and comment, and then that video will get pushed out to more people, and it'll just keep going on and on until you grow a little bit more. TikTok contest though might be a little bit hard because if your original post kind of flops, then the whole contest might flop in general, but that just means you have to post it more often, right? And then this last post, I already talked about this, get a link tree and cross promote to all your other platforms. This one is super, super important. And it's I think with TikTok, the organic growth is so big that you can push it out to all your other social media platforms. And then once you get them to your other social media platforms, get them to stay as much as you can. Continue to post the content that they want to see, content that's easily digestible as well as very eye-catching. But that is it for what I have. If you guys have questions, please let me know. Sorry, I did not look at the chat at all, but let me see if there's any questions in here. All right, I'm gonna look at the Q&A actually. Let's see. Kelly, how do you recommend finding good audio in the commercial music library? Most of the trending sounds aren't approved for business accounts. Okay, yeah, I had this question at the NCAN presentation that I did. And what I recommend doing is, I don't know if I can show it to you guys on here. It might blur out, yeah, okay. What you'd wanna do is, while you're just scrolling through TikTok, oh, there you go, it's working. If you're scrolling through TikTok and at this very bottom, you find like a sound that you really like, right? At the bottom, you can click on the sound right here. And if it's not a commercial one, you can actually press use this audio. And you can actually add it to your favorites, save it or whatever. So my recommendation is while you're scrolling through TikTok, just if you find a sound, seriously, just click it at the bottom corner right here and then see if it says like available to use. If it's not available, obviously you can't use it, but this is like kind of a workaround to get you to use more audios that are trending on TikTok. I know like this is the same for Instagram Reels. If you guys use Instagram Reels as well, just click on the sound and save that sound. A lot of the sounds that are on TikTok and Reels that people are using consistently are ones that aren't licensed to actually be used by businesses. So people will remix it and change it up, but those ones will usually not pop up when you look for music. If you need me to show you a better example, please let me know. All right. Do you attribute your highest viewed engaged videos to that video itself being compelling, or you posting consistently and that video was released at a certain time? This is a good question. I think it's a little mix of everything. It's timing as well as, I think it's a lot of luck actually with certain posts, because it depends on who the content is getting pushed out to and what type of content you're posting. I always think that content is going to dominate in terms of this. So if you have really, really good content and you are conveying that content in a way that students can easily digest and is quick, it's very simple, then those videos are always going to do really well. Like that video back when I was talking about student discounts, right? Like those are things that students want to know about. Scholarships are things that students want to know about. These are all content pieces that do really well. And it's just how you create that content and transform it into a way that will work on TikTok and students can take it, like easily digest it, right? I think the timing of the video is also important, as well as posting consistently, right? TikTok really rewards people who post every day. So the more you post, the more chances you have at going viral. And then if you search it up on Google, or there's people on TikTok who actually like post these things. But I think for any social media platform, there's certain times that you should post. For us, I'm on Western time. So I try to post according to Eastern time, actually, because Eastern time is a little later than Western time. And for TikTok, I think getting it out earlier is more important. But for me, what I've noticed for TikTok specifically is if you post around 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern time, as well as between 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern time, those are when videos do really well for us. If you post any later than like 11 p.m. Eastern time, it might not perform as well. I've noticed that it doesn't. And if you post kind of around lunchtime, Eastern Standard Time, it also does not do that well. But yeah, there's a lot of people who have already done research on that. And it's honestly just a lot of trial and error. You can probably search it up on Google. That's what I've done before, but I recommend just testing it out. You never know what's gonna work for you. It might be different. Some people just post at random times and it works for them. I think it's more important on like Instagram and Twitter that you post in a timely manner. But I think with TikTok, since they have delayed explosion, they have all these other things, it's not as important what time you post because it's still getting out to other viewers. All right, do you have more than one person making videos for your team? And if so, how have you found is the best way to collaborate since drafts can only be seen on device created by it? Yes. So actually I am, for TikTok particularly, I'm the only one that does TikTok. What we have done though is, as I mentioned earlier, create a content calendar, right? My team's goal is to be 3 weeks out in advance so that if we have any ideas or if other people have ideas on TikTok, I can create it and then I can just screen record it and then show it to them. And if they have edits, then I can get those edits in there before the post actually goes out. We have done it 3 weeks in advance just so that we can stay really ahead of things and that we can get, we usually try to get 1 to 2 edits in before the final draft, but sometimes we just post it the day of. I think my team has trusted me a lot with TikTok, so they know that I'm probably doing what I can to get as much exposure out there for them. So my team actually gives me a lot of freedom on this, but my recommendation is to create that content calendar. And if you have a team of people doing it, get as ahead as you can in terms of planning it out so that you can have time to build out that TikTok, screen record it, share it with your team, and see if there are any edits. This is what we also do for YouTube videos. YouTube videos are definitely a lot more polished, but we always try to get it at least like a week or two in advance so that we can have time to do edits and get that out on time. Okay, Jasmine, would you recommend using TikTok over other media platforms in terms of promoting things? I think TikTok is really great if you don't already have a following. TikTok, if you're promoting things with like, if you're talking about promoting things with like ads or money, then I don't think TikTok is the best way to do it. TikTok has a lot of restrictions and their ad center is actually a little difficult to get through. So if you're using ads, you're putting ad money behind anything, I actually recommend that you do it on Facebook and Instagram, because that's where I think Facebook has the best ad system out of the social media platforms. That's just my my thinking. It's not true for everyone. I use TikTok more organically for GetSchooled. We don't really put ad money behind anything, but I think that the organic reach of TikTok is so big that the potential is always there. If you're trying to do anything on TikTok, it's actually really hard. We've tried running campaigns where we try to get students to create videos on TikTok, where we did like a graduation campaign, I think a year and a half ago, or 2 years ago, actually, on TikTok. I wasn't in charge of TikTok at the time, but people were trying to get other students to film a short dance video as an entry for this graduation campaign. It did not work that well. Students don't like creating videos, and students don't like being on camera as much. So that might not work well. But in terms of promoting things, I don't think TikTok is the greatest way to do it. But I also think it depends on what you are promoting. If you want to talk a little bit more about that, you can send me an email and we can try to dive deeper into it. All right. Any other questions?
And Don, I know we have some other questions coming in. I'm sure audience members are thinking of other things to ask. Question for you really quickly here. So have you heard of any instances where people are suspended from TikTok due to offering incentives or anything to do with money? Have you heard of that? Is that a rumor? You have, you're nodding your head.
Yeah. So TikTok, like I mentioned, I think it's really hard to promote like certain things on TikTok. Their terms of service, I don't think there's a lot of people that really work on their like review team. And even GetSchooled's account has been suspended for 3 days a couple times now, actually, because we shared scholarships. And I don't know if someone was reporting our scholarships as goods and services, illegal goods and services or something, but that's what they notified us each time. It was promoting illegal goods and services. But we're just trying to share scholarships out there. A lot of times it's happened. I'm pretty sure it's happened to other accounts as well. It's kind of hard to figure out what content is allowed on TikTok in terms of like educational content or incentives. But what I've noticed is like giveaways. If you're just doing like a simple giveaway, we haven't actually been suspended for that. We've done a couple where we're just like, oh, like comment or follow us and you can get entered in to win like a $25 Amazon gift card. Those ones have not ever been banned, but some of our scholarship posts, we're sharing like just other people's scholarships. Those ones have actually got like reported or banned, deleted, and it's also gotten us like suspended for a couple of days. It's pretty annoying.
Interesting, interesting. Okay, thank you for that information. We value it. I have one question, and then I see there's another question in the chat, but just a really, I think this is a simple question, Don. Is it better to have just one influencer, one face behind a TikTok page, or what if there were multiple people that were using that page? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think TikTok is very young in terms of a social media platform that either one could really work. I haven't seen too many accounts where it's multiple people managing and taking care of it, but I do know if you guys have heard of bold.org, they actually contract out other people to do videos for them. So it's not just they don't just have one person doing it. There's another org, I think it was Michelle Obama's nonprofit organization. I forget what the name of it is, I'm blanking, but that organization has multiple people working on their TikTok. They've reached out to us to ask about how to grow on that. I'm not sure how they're doing right now, but I've noticed that some of their videos did pretty well, some of them didn't. But I think you can try it out. As far as our team is pretty small, which is why I'm the one that's mainly doing GetSchooled TikTok. Everyone else is doing something different. We each have like a very specific role, and mine just happens to be TikTok. And other people on my team don't really want to be on camera, which is why I'm the one that's mostly on camera. But for GetSchooled, at least, we are aiming to actually hire like video talent. If any of you guys in the chat, any students are looking for a video talent like contract job or internship, please send me an email. We are actually looking for video talent. This is not only for TikTok, this is for Instagram Reels, this is for YouTube, and we're also looking for bilingual speakers. So if you speak Spanish, that is a huge plus.
Don, thank you so much. That is an amazing offer. Students, I hope you heard that. If you didn't, maybe we'll have Don just say it one more time before we leave. But there is a great opportunity, video editing. So guys, I hope you're paying close attention. I want to be mindful of the time, number one, but also, Don, I see that we have 2 additional questions in the chat. So I'm going to drop back out, let you address those questions, and then we'll probably come back to that offer one more time, okay?
All right, sounds good.
Perfect, thank you.
Kelly, have you seen any success using TikTok Creator Marketplace for anything at GetSchooled, or found a way to collaborate with students in videos? So I actually have not used the Creator Marketplace much. So I don't really have too much experience with that or any insights on that for you. I apologize. And then finding ways to collaborate with students in videos. As I mentioned earlier, we try to get students to like duet or stitch or even create their own videos and tag us. This is actually really hard. We've worked together with other orgs or certain people or influencers that we've reached out to, and they've worked with us before. But in terms of trying to organically get students to work with us, it's pretty hard. Most of the time, it's us sending them a DM or sending them an email to have them work with us on TikTok. But in terms of just getting students to organically collaborate with us is a really hard thing. What do you feel was the best way that you've received engagement on TikTok? I have 2 answers for this. There's one which is not my preferred way to do it, but it works. And then 2, the second one is the way that I would say is the best. The first one is I wouldn't suggest doing this all the time, but kind of leaving a lot of like ambiguity in your post, right? So like, for example, that very first TikTok I posted was like highest paying majors without a degree or whatever, or government majors without a degree, or government jobs without a degree, sorry. And that one, I only posted like 5 or 6 of them out of a list of like 50. And what students do there is they'll start commenting like, oh, like, what about this job? What about that job? And I think one of the things that you can also do on TikTok, I didn't mention it during the presentation, but if you have something that is very long in like content wise, split it up into a part 1, a part 2, a part 3, part 4. This is a very easy way for you to get more content to post out and just stay consistent with things. So for example, any like college degrees that are high paying, right? Like this is something that we've done on TikTok, and we've done like 6 or 7 parts of it where we only post like 3 or 4 majors at a time, and we just keep going on and on. Or what we've done before is like clubs that you could start in high school or college. And these ones are, we have a full list of students that have commented on our posts on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, and we just keep pulling from that list and just recycling that stuff over and over. And these are things that I feel like students really engage with easily. And then the second way is also kind of leaving more ambiguity, but doing it in a kind of way that they have to comment, right? Like with the would you rather questions, right? If you put like 4 or 5 would you rather questions on the screen, these people engage really easily. Like students would rather comment than create videos. But I think the one thing is that once your video goes viral, it's pretty hard to monitor the comments. A lot of times, other students are flaming each other, or they're being rude to each other. That's hard to monitor, and sometimes you can't even monitor that stuff. So that's just something to keep an eye on if you are putting something out there. I've also noticed that like controversial posts do really well. So like a hot take or something like that. But that's not something that you always need to do. I don't like doing hot takes too often, just because someone's going to get upset at your hot take. So I don't recommend doing that too often. But if you want to get engagement, a hot take is a pretty easy one because people will start commenting.
Okay, I just want to make sure all lines are clear. Do we have any other questions for Don? And again, Don's email address is right there on the screen. So please take down his email right now. Don, do you want to go over that opportunity that we talked about one more time? Students, if you weren't listening, if you weren't paying attention, now's the time to tune in. Well, the entire session has been time to tune in, but this is a great opportunity. Don, please explain.
Yeah. Thank you. First of all, thank you for having me. If any of you want to reach out to me, my email is there, don.hoang@getschooled.com. You guys can also DM any of the GetSchooled social media platforms. I'm the one that mostly manages all the messages, all the comments, all this stuff. So if you DM us on TikTok or Instagram, 90% of the time it's me answering those DMs. So that's another way to reach me. But to the opportunity that's open, we are looking for video talent. So if you are comfortable speaking on camera, if you're fine being on TikToks, on Instagram Reels, please send me an email. I can send you guys the job description, contract. It's a contract, I believe, or I think we might be changing it to a short internship. So if you guys are interested in that, please send me an email. I can definitely forward you the job description. I'm not sure when we're going to be hiring for this position, but it's going to be soon. I think for the summer, so that we can create content for the upcoming school year. So yeah, please do reach out to me. And if you guys have questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I don't think I'll be able to do this by myself. Guys, just make sure to show Don as much love as possible, taking time out of his day to come give us all this information. This was it was mind-blowing for me, because I'm still learning TikTok. I'm still learning social media for that matter. But Don, you really broke things down here from the frequency of how often you should post to the length of the videos, just everything that you went through, I think really answered a lot of burning questions. So you're getting some love in the chat. I don't know if you see it or not, but it's coming in there. Okay, you see it? You feel the love? You feel the love? All right, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. And then what a great opportunity, students. I hope you're emailing them. Remember, first in line is first to dine. So, make sure that you reach out to Don as soon as possible. And Don, you know what? I'm going to take a page out of your book. Guys, make sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok. You should know by now, everyone that's on here, at Bridge to Life SFL. If you check the chat, we've already placed links in there. Thank you so much, Colleen. And make sure to follow GetSchooled as well. I mean, guys, there's this amazing information. We've promoted GetSchooled on occasions here, so please follow them, follow us, stay connected, and make sure to reach out to Don. I can't say it enough. Don, thank you again. I'm sure we'll have you back some way, somehow, maybe every week, maybe every day. No, I'm just joking. I was like, wait, I didn't sign up for that. Don, any last words before we officially conclude? Anything else before we go? I just wanted to make sure that I didn't cut you off or anything, so feel free.
No, thank you. Thank you for having me, John and Colleen. Thank you for reaching out and setting this up. If you guys ever have any content ideas that you want to run by me too, like just send me an email or DM or something. I'm always like open to helping out. I know one of Colleen's colleagues recently reached out to me and we connected and talked about stuff for Mental Health Awareness Month, which is May. So if you guys have other content that you guys want to reach out about, go ahead.
Fantastic. Again, Don, we can't thank you enough. Everybody, all of our attendees, thank you so much for joining us this Friday afternoon. We certainly hope it was worthwhile. We know it was worthwhile. We felt it was worthwhile. So follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok at Bridge to Life SFL. I think I see a hand raise before we get out of here. I do think I see a hand raise. Did I? Maybe I didn't. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Or maybe they were saying bye.
It was Alexis, but she put her hand down.
Oh. All right, guys. Make sure you check us out. Follow us. If there's nothing else, then have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your day. And again, Don, thank you so much for joining us. Take care, everyone.